And we're live. Welcome to our performance seminar for 6 o'clock, 10th of October on Friday. We have two performers here with us, so I'd like to invite Miss Paris to start us off. So Paris, when you're ready, go ahead, turn on your original sound, get your camera on, and let's hear some music. You want to introduce what? So go ahead and introduce yourself and what you're playing in the composer. What on, Paris? Is this the first time that you performed this piece from beginning to the end in seminar?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, how was this for you? Why don't you walk us through what you felt went well and then areas that you want to get better at?
Basically just the practicing this piece.
The what was that? Sorry. So what went well? The whole piece?
Not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
The practicing.
Well, what do you want to get? What do you want to improve then?
Like the parts where I like pause a lot.
So why do you pause? Why do you think you pause?
Like this piece like not paused enough to be still working on this one.
Hmm. Why do you think we pause, Kirosh, when we play?
Um,
Pausing.
I think the reason you would pause when you play is like if you don't feel confident about the notes.
Yeah. I think at the end of that, that's really it, isn't it? So we then need, so we've established, all right, we don't feel confident with the notes. We need to go through very slowly and figure out three things. Number one, it's the note that you have to go to. Number two, the finger that you're going to. And number three, how you're going to get there. Right, Paris? So that's what you want to do. You want to go through section by section. Let's say the situation was getting from here to oh, hold on a second. That's not right. Say it was getting from here to here. Right? From that G up to this D. And you kept on missing that D. So your job is to first of all figure out what the note is, D, figure out what the finger is, and then this movement. It's a little bit of a stretch, isn't it? From the G up to the D. And you want to practice that. You want to practice moving, expanding your hand, and also feeling the gap between G and D. You do that at least 3 times. Yeah? By the 3rd time, it'll start to feel a little bit more natural. And then you continue with the rest of it. But I would suggest that's what you want to do, Paris. Because most of the pieces, it's pretty good, right? If you listen to it, it's not too bad. You got all your notes down and the majority of the rhythm. But if you want to make it even more secure, just go through 2 measures at a time, right? And really listen out for these transitions, you know, like these big jumps like this. Or you've got to run, da-da-da-da-da, and then it switches direction to a black note. There are all sorts of things that might pop up, but you want to go through it just very slowly and figure out what the note is, what the finger, and the movement. Okay, Paris?
Yes.
All right, well done. We'll keep moving forward. Thanks for that. All right, Kirash, you're up.
My name is Kirash, and I'm going to be playing Ballad.
Nice, Kirash. Really well done. I think the best thing about this is the security that you have, right? Coming back. You've played this enough times now that you know what your limits are. For instance, you know how fast you can go, right? You're not going to overdo it. You also know where the hands have to be placed. I think you're getting a better idea now for the character of the piece.
Yeah.
What's your review on that performance?
This was my first performance.
Well done.
Thank you. What I have to say is, uh, I feel like I knew a lot of the notes, and also like I did some work on the articulation.
Hmm.
But when I re-perform this piece later, I'm gonna do more work on the articulation and also add in more dynamics because I feel like I didn't really add that in.
Yeah. The dynamics really add flavor to the music, right?
Yeah.
They really do. And so one of the things I keep reminding myself is what we hear and what's actually being put out by the piano are two different things. We may think, oh, we're playing really quietly. When you listen back to the recording, it wasn't quiet at all. So it's better to exaggerate it. All right. So if you think you're playing quietly, just bring it down just one or two more notches, and then you'll get the perfect, you'll get the perfect sound. Even these things over here, just think about balance. Really listen out to the left hand. Are you playing it at the right volume? Could it be quieter? Listen out for the shape of these. Da, 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 da. Really feel that you're connecting one note to the next. I thought you had got good control of the 16th notes. Those are really good. Yeah. You're a very rhythmic player. You got a good solid pulse. That's really important. It makes your playing easy to follow. Because people that don't have a solid pulse and that tend to fluctuate, it's hard to keep track. Like, what are you doing? So you really always keep that in mind. Even if you know that you have an innate sense of pulse, listen back to it. Don't take it for granted. Some people are like, yeah, I'm really good with pulse, or I'm really good with scales. But don't be complacent, because one day you'll just think that you've got it and it won't be there.
Yeah.
You know, some people are like, I'm really good at this particular skill, and then they don't actually work on that craft because they just take it for granted. And then months later, like, actually, everyone else has passed me in that area. Right? You probably know people like that are really naturally gifted in one part, like a subject. They don't actually work. And then the person that's not as gifted but is really studying hard.
Yeah, that's
Right? There's this wonderful quote that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Right? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So keep in mind the skills that you're already pretty strong at, but keep sharpening your sword. Just keep sharpening, right? Excellent. All right. Well, that's the end of this class. Hope you guys that you two can watch back these recordings and watch them with not a judgmental ear, but rather a critical ear. Like, what are the areas that I'm doing well, but what are also the areas that I can tweak so I can get stronger? All right. By the way, it's a long weekend, right? So there's no Oak Cliff on Monday. We will resume on Tuesday.
all right.
All right. Enjoy the long weekend. Stay safe and see you next week. Thank you, Paris. Thank you, Kirash.